right, today we get to read a story. This is Franklin's new friend. Do you know what animal this is?
It's a horse.
A horse?
What?
It kind of looks like one, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Let me see. Let me take another look.
Doesn't it kind of look like a moose?
A moose?
I don't know.
Okay, a moose.
Let's just find out what, do you think this is going to be his new friend?
I don't know.
Well, let us look. Franklin has always lived in the same house in the same town. He had grown up with his friends, and each one had a special place in Franklin's life. When Franklin wanted to play hide and seek, he called Fox. If Franklin needed a best friend, he called Bear. Franklin never thought about making friends until a new family moved in down the lane. How many of you had to make new friends before?
I did.
And you know what? When you come to school, you get to meet some new friends in our classroom. Franklin was curious about the newcomers. He rubbed his eyes as the movers unloaded the furniture. The beds were made for giants, and the lamps were as tall as trees. When Franklin finally saw the family, he was speechless. So do we see Franklin right here watching the people move in their new house?
Yes.
Yes. Franklin had never met a moose before. He had heard about moose, but he had never seen pictures of moose. He had never actually known one. They were huge. Even the smallest moose was big. Franklin was so scared that he raced home. So we see him racing home. He's scared. These are the moose.
Ooh.
Moose. A moose family moved in. That's nice, said Franklin's mother. Maybe you're making a new friend. Franklin shook his head. I don't think so. I expect you to be nice when you meet someone new, warned his mother. Franklin scowled. How many of you think it's scary sometimes to meet someone new?
I do.
Yes, it can be scary sometimes. The next morning, there was a moose in Franklin's classroom. Please give a warm welcome to your new classmate, said Mr. Owl. Hello, Moose, said the class together. Moose mumbled hello and looked at his feet. He doesn't look very friendly, whispered Beaver. Now, I think he looks scared, don't you? He's not looking at anybody. And it's his first day in a new classroom, so he might be scared.
It looks like he's scared.
Yeah, it looks like he's scared. Mr. Owl told the class that Moose had come from a different place, far away. Franklin, said Mr. Owl, I'd like you to be a buddy for Moose. Franklin tried to smile, but he was scared. Moose was so big, and you can't see, isn't he so much bigger than Franklin?
A lot bigger.
Yes, I would be scared also. Now, do you know what animal Franklin is?
What is Franklin?
Can you say a turtle?
Turtle?
Yes! You see, he has a shell on his back.
Oh, okay, turtle.
Yeah! Moose did not say a word all morning. At recess, Franklin ran outside with his friends, leaving Moose behind. But Mr. Owl reminded Franklin that he was Moose's buddy. Do you want to play? Asked Franklin. Moose shook his head back and forth. Franklin was relieved. So he's in here all by himself.
That's sad.
So I had a goal for our first day when you come in here. We're going to get recess in the afternoon. I don't want anybody to play alone. I want us to include our friends. During recess, Moose stood alone as Franklin and his friends played soccer. Fox kicked the ball too hard and it flew into a tree. Now we'll have to get Mr. Owl, groaned Bear. I've got it, cried Moose. He knocked the ball out of the tree and sent it flying to Franklin. That was good, said Fox. I guess, shrugged Franklin. Do we see the soccer ball got in the tree?
I see it.
And our friend Moose helped get the soccer ball. That was nice of him to help. Back in the classroom, Mr. Owl asked Franklin and Moose to make a poster for the bake sale. I don't need any help, said Franklin. Mr. Owl talked to Franklin alone. Try to imagine how Moose feels. He's new, and he has no friends here. He's probably scared. Moose can't be scared, said Franklin. He's so big. Mr. Owl looked at Franklin. Big or little, we all get scared. Franklin thought about that. Don't we all get scared sometimes?
Yes.
Yes. Franklin got the paints and the paper. Do you want to help me, Moose? Oh, yes, said Moose. I love to draw. They sat side by side and planned the poster together. Franklin realized that Moose did not seem as big when he was sitting. Look, they're painting together.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's so nice. They're finally playing. After much work, the poster was perfect. They both thought so. At library time, Franklin taught Moose how to borrow books. Moose showed Franklin how to cut a perfect circle. They both liked to build structures. Franklin and Moose had a lot in common. What does this look like that they built to you?
It looks like was that a windmill?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I can see why you say that because they're up here. Yeah, it might be a tower, it might be a house. Who knows? They have a great imagination. At lunch, Franklin made sure that Bear and his other friends got to know his new buddy. They liked Moose. Besides, he was a very good soccer player. Look, they're sitting at the lunch table and they're inviting him over. That is awesome. When Franklin got home from school, he was happy. Guess what? He told his mother. I have a new friend. So you met Moose, asked his mother. What's he like? Moose is big, said Franklin, but he's not mean or scary. Good, said his mother. Would you like to take some of these cookies to him?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think he does?
Yes.
Let's look. Franklin went to Moose's house. They ate all the cookies together. I wonder how many cookies they ate.
Oh, Moose could eat a lot.
Yeah, because he's big. Yes. I'm glad you were my buddy, said Moose. I was worried that nobody would play with me. Really, said Franklin? He could barely remember being afraid of Moose. Now they're all friends sitting together. From then on, Franklin and Moose played together all the time. Now Franklin's new friend was a special friend. Now, where did this story take place mostly? I thought it took place mostly in a classroom, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, and then also one more thing I want to point out. So, I have gotten to meet each and every one that will be in this classroom. Now, I want to promise you that none of our friends in here are scary. So I cannot wait for all of you to meet each other and make friends.
I can't either.
Now, how did you like the story?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for listening.